But soon characters and catchphrases were back with a bang with shows like Little Britain and Catherine Tate. Catherine had earlier appeared in a number of sketch shows, but only as a straight man or woman.
In 2001, my agent said, I think you need to step out of the shadow a little bit and do your own stuff. And I had absolutely no interest in doing that whatsoever.
Really?
No, because I'd trained as an actor and I hadn't intended to particularly do comedy. You know, I loved doing comedy, but I certainly hadn't intended to write my own and or perform sketches or particularly anything like that. 94, I think I left drama college because I just thought I'd go in and get jobs doing theatre work, but all the reps had gone. That was it. Anyway, in 2001, I wrote my own Edinburgh show, doing characters.
Several characters.
Several characters that then did. A couple of them went on into the TV show. But because I didn't want to do monologues, and this is the difference, I don't particularly like doing monologues. Because I think monologues are hard for the performer, very hard on an audience though, because there's a lot of pressure on an audience when a character, when one person comes out and starts speaking to them, you know. So I thought, well, but actually all I had was sort of monologues, really. You know, I had these ideas for characters, but I thought, well, what I will do is I will make them scenes, and I'll get somebody else to be in the show with me. And that's when I started, I suppose, writing sketches. Because I knew, it was almost like that thing, the venue had been booked, the poster had been printed, you know, the advert had gone out in the fringe brochure. I had to do this show. And I then found I very much liked it. I very much liked it.
Instant.
Yeah. Yes, I did find it very, because the perfect sketches which give you such great enjoyment are like a mini play. They're like, they've even if they're only 30 seconds long, they've got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And there's a tiny little narrative. And if you can get something that people can engage with, brilliant, you know, and then a big laugh at the end of it. I mean, it's really what's not to like, you know. What I love about sketches are, even if you go see a sketch show, if you don't like the one you're watching, pretty soon there'll be another one coming up. You know, that's the great thing about sketches. I think that's where that's where they always talk about the hit and miss ratio, you know.
Obviously there are fewer women who are starring in review or sketches or all of that than men. Is that an advantage?
I think I found it was of benefit to me.
Right.
I don't necessarily say it was easier, but I think it's probably you are more noticeable if there are less of you, for sure. But then, of course, on the other side of the coin is you can get that you can get the label of being funny for a woman. You know, as if comedy is gender specific. So you're funny for a woman, which is a terrible thing. Having said that, of course, to balance it up, I think it was a great advantage to me that there hadn't been dozens and dozens of female comics. I would stand by my show, my sketch show, as the thing I'm most proud of, because it's the thing I most love, and it was fantastic to do. And also to get out on stage and make people laugh is intoxicatingly wonderful, as you know. The downside of it is sometimes it's considered very lowbrow. Making people laugh is not considered in any way an art form. It's not considered intellectual. Because you're making someone laugh, people think it's fun. People think it's easy. I think people think making people laugh is easy. And if everyone had to go up and make people laugh, they'd realise it's actually quite difficult sometimes.